Shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
We start out your Tuesday morning with a few scattered showers in our area, but more winter weather toward the northeast and New England. We'll talk about pre-Christmas travel and show you which parts of the area get to 70 degrees this Christmas coming up.
Plus, we are bringing you a mother's message to Durham police.
I want them to do their job, to find out who killed my son.
Where an investigation stands more than 8 months after a Durham man was shot and killed, and the demand for justice from his family.
And getting behind the wheel. People are hitting the roads as the clock counts down to Christmas. What people need to know before planning their drive today. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, 2 days from Christmas. The roads are going to be busy this morning. We have all the ways around that traffic for you. Thank you for joining us. I'm Michelle McConaughey.
And I'm Chris Leminga. So yes, you still have a little time if you were procrastinating. I got mine done yesterday. Hey.
What, you're shopping?
Yes, I finally got it all done.
My goodness.
That's right. I play dangerously. In terms of weather-wise, not too dangerous outside. Not really at all. It's really quiet for the most part, Chris. But you are tracking some light rainfall.
Yeah, very light, very scattered this morning, just to make enough to make things damp in Lewisburg, as you see the Christmas tree lit up there outside the Franklin County Courthouse. But yeah, just a little on the damp side this morning. A few stray showers now moving into areas like Clayton, Smithfield, Selma, Dunn, Four Oaks, and Benson. Also around Wilson, Rocky Mount, that moving off toward the east. A few stray showers around Oxford, Henderson, and moving back into Warrenton. That'll be the last of our rain this morning. This morning, temperatures upper 30s, lower 40s, so a light coat, that's a given this time of year. That'll be the case up until about 9 a.m., 11 a.m. We're up to about 50 degrees and then warming up into the upper 50s and lower 60s. Just a few stray sprinkles left over today and Christmas Day, but getting warmer and drier. I'll show you why we're looking at temperatures near 70 degrees and when winter finally repays us a visit. Coming up in a few minutes.
You don't have to revisit. You can stay where you are, winter. All right, we are keeping an eye on the roads this morning as people head to their holiday destinations. What you're seeing right here is a live look at I-87 at Smithfield Road. I was talking about this earlier. It was pretty quiet when we first started broadcasting this morning, but as the hours progress, we keep seeing more traffic. That makes sense. People are traveling for the holiday season. So we're going to check in with Ali Kadabar in just a few minutes for a breakdown of what to know before you head out on the road. All right, let's get back to the story developing overnight. Firefighters were at a house in Wake Forest, and we are showing you right now video from the WRAL breaking news tracker at that house fire on Winter Jasmine Lane. The fire started just before 3 o'clock this morning, and we spoke to the homeowner who says everyone is okay. And right now what we're working to do is learn what started that fire.
A motorcyclist is seriously hurt after a crash in Johnston County. This happened on US 301 at Oak Grove Road near Micro. Investigators at the scene say that crash happened when a pickup truck pulled in front of the motorcycle at that intersection. We are working to get an update on the motorcyclist's condition and whether any charges will be filed. A Durham family is demanding justice months after a young man was murdered. John Riggins was found shot in his car back in April. His car was found near the intersection of Cortland Drive and Brighton Road. This was just a few houses down from where he lived. We spoke with Riggins' mother, and she says he was a genuine person who loved music. She says her son deserves justice.
And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. I just want whoever did this to know that you haven't gotten away, not for good.
We asked Durham police if there have been any arrests and if Riggins was believed to be the target of that shooting. The department says they do not have any additional information right now.
All right, let's go back out to the roads right now as we're entering another busy travel day. WRAL's Ali Kadabar, she's been driving around right now, checking out the road conditions, currently on I-40 headed toward the airport. Ali, what should people know before they head out in their cars?
Right now, Chris, we are picked up. It's definitely picked up within the past hour. I'm going to turn the roads. We are getting closer to the airport. This is actually a spot that AAA recommends to avoid because of the high traffic, high volume areas and the congestion that could build within the next week and a half. Now, travel experts predict about 100,000 more travelers on the roads this year compared to last year, totaling to 3.3 million just in North Carolina. December 26th and the weekend after Christmas is expected to be the most crowded, and AAA says prepare for everything to be more expensive except at the pump. Gas prices are expected to give travelers some relief this holiday season.
It costs more to do everything this year. The place where you will see the savings, though, is at the pump. An early Christmas gift, if you will, you're going to be saving anywhere from 15 to 20 cents per gallon versus this time last year when you're filling up in the Carolinas.
And we'll take that early Christmas gift. During the next week and a half, AAA also recommends starting your road trip before 10 a.m., like we could be seeing some people doing right now, or after 8 p.m. So if your travel plans don't allow for that, avoid high traffic areas like near the airport or tourist spots as well. Of course, it's going to be crowded, so stay safe out there on the roads. Reporting live in Wake County, Allie Cadlebar, WRAL News.
All right, let's talk gas prices. According to AAA, the cost of gas in Raleigh is about $2.78 a gallon. In Wilmington, $2.73, and in Charlotte, $2.63.
We are also watching how busy airports are getting today. People will be headed to airports today to start traveling for their holiday plans if they haven't done so already. Kelsey Coffey is in the WRAL Live Center for us this morning. And Kelsey, what are things looking like at RDU right now?
Michelle, it looks like we're having an easygoing morning so far at RDU. You can see this live picture here. 4 delays, 0 cancellations, according to FlightAware. Let's check out what things are looking like nationwide here on the misery map. So now it looks like Boston may be the airport that has the most impacts as far as cancellations and delays. Nationwide, between the hours of 3 a.m. and 7 a.m., we're tracking 40 delays and 5 cancellations. So we know that we want to keep our eye out on places like Boston and LA, because LA is under high risk right now for flooding. And then Boston, they're expecting to see some winter weather there. So that could impact a lot of folks' holiday travel plans.
There, Kelsey. Happening today, the Durham Rescue Mission is hosting its 48th annual Christmas community dinner and toy giveaway. The Rescue Mission is expecting between 500 and 600 people to volunteer to help serve thousands of people who need it in our area. You're looking live right now at those volunteers stepping in, doing what they can to make sure that the people here locally have something to eat. I love this. The CEO of the Durham Rescue Mission says demand for that event, it has gone up in recent years because of economic hardships.
Just the sheer demand of the rescue mission services are just way up, and they've been trending up for several years now. And so we're expecting there to be an even larger need. Like I said, I do think we'll have more than we did last year, but a little over 3,000 people.
And today's event will include a free traditional Christmas dinner and a clothing and grocery giveaway there. There will also be a grand prize giveaway, carnival games, and this is available for kids and families. The event will be at the Durham Rescue Mission on East Main Street from 11 a.m. to 2.
A Hope Mills family is mourning the loss of their 18-year-old daughter after she was killed in a house fire. People who know them are speaking with us about navigating this very difficult time. The fire happened on December 11th on Acesto Lane. Brooke Carpenter was trapped in the home during that fire. Firefighters found her unconscious. She died 4 days later in the hospital. Diana Simmons knew Carpenter since she was a little girl. She says Carpenter leaves behind a heartbroken fiance and a family without a home, struggling to pick up the pieces.
I know the kids are devastated, the siblings are devastated, and anytime you mention her to her grandmother or dad, they just break down.
The cause of the fire is being investigated. Information on how you can help the family is in this article. To the story on WRAL.com.
3 teenagers are now charged with murder in connection to the death of a 13-year-old in Goldsboro. Julia Toon was shot and killed over the weekend, and Goldsboro police say officers charged a 15-year-old and 2 16-year-olds with first-degree murder and conspiracy. Court documents identified the 16-year-old suspects as Jair Smith and Josh Jordan. We're still working to learn a possible motive for that shooting. A murder suspect is in jail this morning after being arrested here locally. SBI agents found Marvin Watkins in Tarboro, and he was wanted for murder out of Charlotte. Agents are working, though, on moving him back here.
Cary's interim town manager says that he's paving a path forward after the turmoil of the last few weeks. Russ Overton took over the job last week. He stepped in days after Sean Stagel resigned from the position. Stagel's departure happened after questions began surfacing about inappropriate spending. Overton recognizes trust has been broken with town residents, and he is vowing to earn it back.
It's not earned quickly. it'll be over time. So hopefully they'll come in and be part of neighborhood meetings and district meetings and all of these things that we'll have. And I think it's important to council in the actions that they show for their constituents. That's how you earn back that trust.
Overton says there will be an internal review of the town. It's expected to highlight changes leadership plans to make to policies and procedures to prevent mismanagement from happening again. And he is striving to be even more transparent with the council, staff, and of course, residents.
The Indianapolis Colts playoff hopes took a big hit last night. Oof. The Colts played the San Francisco 49ers at home last night on ESPN, but, it was the 49ers who were red hot on the road. Quarterback Brock Purdy threw a career-high 5 touchdowns as San Francisco won 48-27. Phillip Rivers threw 2 touchdowns for the Colts in his second game out of retirement. How about that?
Meanwhile, the Carolina Panthers have a big game this weekend as they try to make the playoffs. They'll host the Seattle Seahawks on Sunday. The Panthers are in good shape for the playoffs after beating Tampa Bay this past weekend. Head coach Dave Canales says the team has to keep moving forward.
All of these reps are so valuable. Every series, as we continue to grow together as a team, every series matters as we're trying to develop our schemes and our concepts and make sure that we go into each week with that, and then so that we can learn the lessons so that we can take the next step when the Bucs week comes on. But all of our focus has to be right here, right now on the Seahawks.
Now, if the Panthers can beat the Seahawks on Sunday and Tampa Bay loses to Miami, the Panthers will clinch a playoff spot. Kickoff for Sunday's game is at 1 o'clock at Bank of America Stadium.
Your time is 6:10 this morning. Under investigation. Federal investigators are looking into safety protocols at Brown University after that deadly mass shooting. What the school is saying after people were killed there.
And flooding out west, heavy rain is threatening millions in California. A look at how this is affecting people across the entire state.
And meanwhile, here in North Carolina, the snow miser makes a sacrifice this Christmas. Heat miser takes over. We're in the upper 60s and lower 70s Christmas Day. What's causing that and when we can expect temperatures back in the 20s again? Coming up in less than 10 minutes.
We also have a look at your winning Powerball numbers, just in case you missed them. 3, 18, 36, 41, 54 with the Powerball 7 and a multiplier 2. No jackpot winner last night, which means tomorrow's drawing is now worth $1.7 billion.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6:14 this morning. Showers very scattered around Dunn and Selma, heading toward Goldsboro. Starting to get rid of the rain briefly in Rocky Mount, and another round of rain around Oxford and Henderson. This moving toward Warrenton, and then eventually again toward areas like Enfield, Scotland Neck, and Roanoke Rapids. Maybe a stray shower around Durham, heading toward Morrisville, but nothing that's going to cause any major delay for you. Temperatures upper 30s, lower 40s right now. By midday, it'll still be mostly cloudy. Temperatures low to mid 50s. The sky gradually clearing this afternoon, and high temperatures will be a little milder for you. We'll be in the upper 50s and lower 60s. More sun heading into the afternoon and into your Christmas Eve. Look at that, very warm in Christmas, Florida and Garland, Texas, but some snow up toward North Pole, New York. We're not going to get snow, but I'll show you when we get a little sliver of that cold air coming up.
We're also keeping an eye on the road situation as we're giving you a live look at I-40 and Carytown Boulevard. You'll see there are more cars on the road, as we've been talking about. It was really quiet maybe an hour or so ago, but now we're seeing a lot more vehicles that are out there on the road. Keep in mind, if you are trying to go out there before you head out for your holiday travel, the morning is best. And as the day progresses, it's going to get busier out there.
A U.S. defense official has confirmed another strike on a vessel in the Pacific Ocean, killing one person. Officials say the strike was on a low-profile vessel that was being used by a designated terrorist organization. Intelligence indicated that the boat was traveling along known narco-trafficking routes in the Eastern Pacific. No U.S. military personnel were injured. Meanwhile, the U.S. Navy will be receiving a new fleet of updated battleships. President Donald Trump has announced a new category of military vessels to replace what he called an old, tired, and obsolete fleet. The announcement was alongside the Secretaries of Defense and State. The president says these vessels will help maintain U.S. military supremacy and boost the shipbuilding industry.
We just wanted peace through strength. Hopefully we never have to use them, but there will never be anything built like these. Think of it, Those battleships are incredible. These have 100 times the power. Renderings of what we're doing.
And the president says the Navy will build 2 ships initially, followed by another 8.
The U.S. Department of Education plans to review safety protocols at Brown University, and this is because of that deadly mass shooting weeks ago. 2 students were killed and 9 others were injured, and now the DOE says it will investigate whether the school violated the Clery Act. This law requires universities meet certain campus safety and security requirements to receive federal aid. In response to the shooting, Brown University placed its police chief on leave while the school reviews its response to the shooting. The university is also working on increasing its security measures. A book of condolences is now in place at the state capitol for people to sign in memory of former Governor Jim Hunt. You can sign at any point between now and January 2nd. The capitol will be open 9 to 5 each day except for the holidays. Flags are currently flying at half staff, and they'll stay that way through Friday. That's when Hunt's funeral is expected.
We are following new developments on the flood threats out west in California. Look at this. At least 1 person has died from the flash flooding in Redding. And now other parts of the state are at risk, including L.A. County. Much of central California is under a flood watch until Friday. And this flooding is being brought on by what is called an atmospheric river that is creating torrential downpours there. Meteorologist Chris Michaels has explained to us what that atmospheric river is, what it does. All this flooding coming at such a bad time.
It really is kind of like the worst time, unfortunately, for such a heavily traveled and populated area. These atmospheric rivers, they're plumes of moisture that move into oftentimes states like California. You see that pink? That's an extreme risk of flooding, which usually accounts for, unfortunately, 39% of flood-related fatalities and 83% of flood-related damages. We're not expecting any flooding here, just a few stray showers around Smithfield heading toward Goldsboro, another around Oxford that's going to head back into Franklin County, and also getting rid of some of the rain very gradually in Nash and Edgecombe counties, just maybe a few stray showers in the Triangle up until about 8 or 9 o'clock this morning. And Futurecast doing a pretty good job of showing the location of those showers. There you see 9 o'clock. Most of them are going to be near into the east of Lewisburg, Youngsville, and Zebulon. Then really by midday, it's just a stray shower or 2. After 1 p.m., a gradual clearing in the sky and some very pleasant weather on tap for your Christmas Eve. Right now, starting out a live look in Apex where we had a stray shower earlier in the morning. Love the street lights all lit up for the holiday season. Cary's at 41, Holly Springs 39, Roxborough's at 43, Goldsboro 40 degrees, Garner and Durham at 42. So not nearly as cold as we were yesterday morning. And that's a trend that'll follow suit heading into the afternoon as we see a little more sunshine. High temperatures all across the area, 58 to 62 degrees. The warm-up will continue as we head closer to Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with mild weather this evening. We're only in the 50s as you're checking out some Christmas lights. We'll start in the 40s tomorrow morning, highs upper 60s. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. A front comes in from the north. It brings a pretty big drop in our temperatures Friday. At one point, we looked like we'd be in the 70s. Now only going to be in the 50s, but we will get back into the 60s and 70s this weekend. This front brings in some rain Sunday night and then some much colder air on the way heading into next week. So again, very mild through at least Christmas Day, a drop in temps Friday, back to near 70 Saturday and Sunday, and then in the 20s by Tuesday morning. So yeah, it's that, what is that saying? Wait 5 minutes, the weather will change here in North Carolina. Yeah, this is one of those weeks.
Yes, it is. The North Carolina roller coaster. Thank you, Chris. Well, taking a live look at I-40 at Lake Wheeler Road right now. Lots of headlights and taillights on the road. A lot of people on the roads right now, which is smart because this is when we're telling people to head out. This is going to be the best time to do that. Not seeing too many delays, slowdowns on the roads for you this morning. But of course, we will keep an eye on this all morning long. As always, you can listen to us on the radio anywhere, 101.5 HD3.
And keep us tuned in all morning long.
Yes.
All right, we're talking about costly gifts. Some items may come with some hidden pricing. The warning from 5 on your side that you should consider before giving that high piece of tech.
And last minute shopping, how inflation is affecting people across the area as they cross those final people off their list this year.
Oh, and just a reminder, if you ever see some breaking news, maybe you have a story tip or video or pictures of severe weather where you are, go ahead and report that to us over at WRAL.com/report it.
All right, this is it. 2 days until Christmas, and people are getting their last-minute holiday shopping done. WRAL caught up with several shoppers at the Village District yesterday as they were checking people off their list. But looming over the holiday spirit is a big bill. One couple told us that they've definitely noticed an impact from inflation.
I just picked up a t-shirt for $50 and was like, absolutely not.
Hurts a little bit more this year with the holiday shopping. Yeah, it's definitely, the expenses are adding up, but you don't want to leave anybody hanging either. So you got to get them something, but it's a little different this year.
It certainly is. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, so time is running out if you want to get your shopping done before many stores start to close. But if you need more time, we have a list of stores open on Christmas. Head to the WRAL.com homepage to see where and when you can shop.
This What's Trending report is sponsored by Call Dad AC and Heating.
All right, an important holiday for Seinfeld fans and the promotion of Marty Supreme being taken to new heights.
All right, let's take a look now at what's trending, beginning with a message from Timothy Chalamet.
Marty Supreme is an American film that comes out on Christmas Day, 2025.
All right, pretty intense. Also, he looks super nervous. Now, as the camera zooms out of this promotional video, you notice that he's on top of the Las Vegas Sphere. It's appropriate because you'll see the Sphere has the video going, and it's a giant ping pong ball, which, of course, is appropriate because his character in the film, Marty Supreme, is a man who dreams of becoming a ping pong legend. Standing on that giant sphere, I don't know, it's pretty close to being on an actual giant ping pong ball. The movie is directed by Josh Safdie, and it hits theaters on Thursday.
Yeah, you said he looked nervous. I would be too if I was standing on top of that giant sphere. Oh, wow. All right, well, happy Festivus, everyone. December 23rd is the day that Seinfeld fans celebrate the holiday invented by George Costanza's dad, Frank. Traditional celebrations, you know them. The aluminum Festivus pole, the feats of strength, and the airing of grievances.
I have one grievance I want to air
now.
Go
ahead, Chris.
It was just a story we just ran. $50 for a T-shirt. No.
Yeah.
T-shirt should be no more than $10.
That is wild
Just saying.
to me. $50.
That's
She was like,
money.
I put that down. I would too.
Oh, boy. All right, so it's a festive start to the week at hospitals here locally. We want to show you these adorable photos coming across your screen. Both UNC Health and Wake Med, well, they decked out their NICU babies in festive holiday attire. It's something special the hospitals do for parents whose children aren't able to come home just yet. Any babies who can be born prematurely spend days or even months in the NICU for extra care, and these pictures just touch me right in the heart. I love that.
There's no way you cannot smile. Like, you have to smile
right?
when you see that. You don't not smile when you see that. I love it. All right, well, there is still time to donate to our annual Coats for the Children drive. Last week, we brought our donation to more than $136,000. That's the total so far. You can still donate Coats to your local Jiffy Lube or give by going to WRAL.com. We will continue to take donations through December 31st to make sure every child has a coat to keep them warm this winter.
I love our community coming together. All right, your time is 6:26. We're talking about getting behind the wheel. People are hitting the road as Christmas approaches, just days away. What you should know before you get driving today.
And calls for justice. A Durham mother says she is not giving up in finding the person who killed her son in a shooting back in the spring, where the investigation stands 8 months later.
And of course, Christmas just 2 days away, but it's not going to feel like it. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s all across our area. What's causing that, and why we'll see a drop into the 20s before the new year? Coming up.